May 30th will of course be the rematch between Manuel Gallegos versus Khalil Ko. Now of course, the first fight ended with Gallegos stopping Ko in the ninth round. A very nice win for Gallegos as he was, I don't know what type of odds he was, but it was a huge upset. Which of course people in the comments and were confused because they're like, some guy with 25 fights upsetted a dude with only 10. A bit weird, right? But that's boxing, you know. But besides that, let's get right into it. Now, of course, Khalil Ko is now 9-1 and 1 with 1 loss by way of knockout and 7 wins by way of knockout. Of course, his 1 draw came in his second fight against Aaron Casper. And of course, the 2 times he went the decision were back to back. That's right. That being against William Langston, 6-2, and Bradley Almeida, 5-0. And some of his best wins being Bunit Bisla, Keman Evans, Juan Gerardo Osuna, and Kawan Ritter. So quite a bit of good wins, especially for someone of his, I guess, experience level, only having a few fights. Of course, he does have, I'm pretty sure, a good amateur career, but for the most part, in the professional ranks, not that experienced. And that, of course, showed when he faced the tough veteran Manuel Gallegos. Gallegos being 21-2 with 1 draw, 18 wins by way of knockout, and 1 loss by way of knockout. Of course, he himself has knocked out a bunch of people. Only 3 people have ever gone the distance with him. But including his draws and everything else, he has gone decision 5 times. That being the majority decision draws against Richard Van Seslin, 13-0. Sorry for butchering his name. Unanimous decision win against Kevin Newman II. The unanimous decision loss to Ozil Santoyo. And his earliest decision win, that being back in 2017, back when he was a welterweight, Carlos Lopez Marmolejo, my bad. But, obviously, Gallegos has gone up a lot in weight. They weren't kidding when they said that he fought at super lightweight for his first fight, and then stayed at basically welterweight for a good chunk of his career. So, yeah, it's very interesting. Now he's at light heavyweight, and he got one of his best wins to date. Now, of course, his 1 stoppage loss was against Diego Pacheco. Obviously, Pacheco is seen as one of the better super middleweights, so no shame in losing to him. And what's weird about this one is that most of the time when someone gets a humongous upset, like Gallegos got on Ko, it's usually from a lucky shot, you know? They're either losing the fight and then land a good shot, hurting the other opponent, or an off night or something like that. No, Gallegos used his experience, his power, his pressure to basically systematically break down Khalil Ko. Because Ko was doing decently well against Gallegos. He was landing his really good shots. It looked like he was starting to get into his groove, starting to win the fight. But Gallegos, he started early. He started going to the body early. And of course, with Khalil Ko only having 10 fights and only gone decision twice, you know, it was good for him to be like, let's test out his gas tank. And it worked out beautifully. He was hitting him to the body a ton, and he was catching him. He was countering actually really well. Now, of course, obviously, Gallegos is not like super fluid in his punches. You know, you can easily tell. A little weird, you know, but it works. Obviously, he's only ever had 2 losses. But the thing is, Ko could do really well because he is still considered the favorite to win this fight, even though people consider Gallegos the better fighter at this point. But that's because Ko tried to knock out Gallegos to the head. You know, kind of something you're not supposed to do with someone like Gallegos. You know, do with like the chin of granite. He was only stopped once, and that was against Pacheco, who went to the body. And Ko didn't go to the body. He kept going to the head. Like, I get it. You want to be the guy that stops him to the head, right? Like, oh, this man's only ever been stopped to the body. If I stop him to the head, then I'll make a statement. Yeah, but you really want to risk that? Obviously, he took the risk, and it did not work. But enough dilly-dallying. Who's going to win this fight? This is a very interesting one, because obviously Gallegos has the confidence booster, obviously beating Ko the first time. And not only that, they're fighting in Mexico. So obviously he has the home field advantage. Obviously the momentum is on his side. Ko is now in enemy territory, facing the guy that basically broke him down, which obviously has a mental part to it. But assuming that mentally he's all right and he recovered from that, it's going to be a close fight. I think this time it goes decision because I think Ko won't attempt to try to knock out Gallegos. I don't know if he was actually trying to knock out Gallegos, but he's just throwing like bombs and bombs and bombs. Like it wasn't even look like he was trying to, I guess, pull back his punches. I don't know. It looked like he tried to kept with each punch Ko threw. It looked like he tried to knock out Gallegos, and none of it really hurt Gallegos. The only one that really moved Gallegos was when he was off balance. And what's weird is that I keep saying his name, but Gallegos, he's faster than I thought. I thought he was slower. I don't know why when I watched the Pacheco fight, I don't know why I thought he was slower. Dude's pretty quick. And he has good combinations. He's a good fighter. And here's the thing. As long as Gallegos goes to the body like he did the first time around, I think it's gonna be not the same outcome but the same result. I think Gallegos wins a decision this time around. Because I mean, he has really good speed, and Ko, he could technically punch in between the shots, but unless it's to the body, I think Gallegos weathers anything Ko throws at him. And can Ko find the outside and fight beautifully? He could. But no, I don't think so. I think the momentum's on Gallegos' side. He's quick, strong, he's durable too, so unless Ko goes to the body as well. I got Gallegos winning by decision, winning a somewhat close fight. I think he wins 6 rounds to 4, 7 rounds to 3, no more than that. But yeah, give me Gallegos by unanimous decision and becoming an actual contender in light heavyweight. Seems like this might be his weight class. He's strong, fast. Ko's obviously good himself, but I guess it's just his bad matchup. Ko throws nothing but bombs, and obviously when someone doesn't go down from those bombs, he's going to get tired, and especially Gallegos going to the body, that doesn't help that much. But besides that, who do you guys have winning this fight? I have Gallegos by unanimous decision. I'd like to hear your opinions down below. Maybe I'm underestimating Khalil Ko. Maybe recency bias is taking a hold of me like the symbiote. But besides that, leave your opinions down below. I'd love to hear it. And I hope to catch you in the next one.